Hey, you own any gold? Do you own any gold? What are you waiting for? For the first time ever, the price of gold has reached $4,000. Have you missed the boat? Why don't I own any gold? Let's try and find out if you should be investing in gold right now, given the price of gold. Let's head to Richard Lapointe, Senior Portfolio Manager at CIBC Wood Gundy, joins us on the line. Richard, how you doing this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. And listen, I have it on good authority. You are in Zimbabwe. You are joining us live from Zimbabwe. You're going to Victoria Falls. Now, I also know that Zimbabwe, one of their prime mineral exports, a significant contributor to their GDP is gold. So are you buying gold while you're in Zimbabwe?
No, I'm not. And I'm not buying gold, period. But it would be, it's really catchy that I'm doing this spot at the time I'm in a country that generates so much gold. Yes, a lot of fun.
So, okay, you say you ain't buying any gold, but I look at the numbers and there are a lot of people. And again, I don't own any gold. I don't own any Bitcoin. I feel I'm missing all the boats here. So there are a lot of people that are like, look at this price, and they've made a mint investing in gold over the last little while. So I mean, give me your thoughts here. Why aren't you on the boat, the gold boat?
I don't know. I was. Let's take that back. Every client of mine owns some shares in Barrick Gold, Newmont Mining, or Agnico Eagle. So I did participate in this gold run. It's not the point. The point is I don't own any physical gold because it doesn't yield. And I'm a huge believer that if you have an investment, it has to yield. You've got to collect while you're waiting. So Barrick, Newmont, Agnico all had dividends. I was able to do my covered call writing on each and every one of them. So I was generating call and dividend income while I'm waiting. I can't do that on the physical. Now, I don't recommend any of these stocks now, nor the metal, because they've gone parabolic in the last year.
So what's behind that parabolic rise?
So in the past, gold was a natural hedge to inflation. This is not what's causing this. Gold's moving because gold has become a natural hedge to fiat currency devaluation. So everybody's worried about the massive amount of debt accumulated by all of the countries of the Western world. And they're worried that these countries are going to have to devalue their currencies, one and all. So we keep talking about the U.S., but of the major nations in the world, they're the one I fear the least right now. The one I fear the most could be anything in Europe. France is right on the cutting edge. So you start seeing devaluation of currencies. That runs gold. That runs Bitcoin. The two of them have been moving in tandem.
Okay, so with that in mind, right? And I've noticed you mentioned the U.S., right? And that perhaps you're not worried about the U.S. like you are some other countries, but the U.S. the U.S. dollar has dropped. I think I saw it was like 11% in the last year, something like that. Please correct me on the numbers there. But,
so again, it depends against whom.
Yeah,
and it depends from where. So if it has dropped 11%, yeah, that's not fun, but it was way high before it dropped. The Canadian dollar, let's use that as a benchmark. So it's true. We went to 147 in our worst, and we're now around 139 and change. But we're still 139.
Mm-hmm.
We're not par.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time we were actually a little bit stronger than par. We're 39% underneath them. That's not great.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't denote a weak currency by the U.S. I think that what's happened right now is that the world is, it's as topsy-turvy as I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Right? There is political uncertainty everywhere.
Gold represents stability, huh? Gold represents stability?
There's your answer. It represents a certain stability that people have always clung to in the past. That's why you've seen the parabolic move. But I never want to buy into such strength.
We're with Richard Lapointe. Sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought, Richard.
I think the move has been made.
And it's at that high level. We're with Richard Lapointe from CIBC Wood Gundy. You know, they talk, Richard, we talked about this before, diversification, right? Your investments. Sure. So can there be an argument made that, hey, you want to have diversified investments? Well, some of your investments should be in gold and other precious goods like gold.
As long as it yields. investment that you should take on, and I'm terrible at this. I am insistent on my clientele having investments that yield. You have no idea what the future holds. None of us do, no matter how much work we do. We need to be paid while we wait. So you can have gold in the form of an ETF that yields, or gold in the form of shares of a company like Barrick Gold that yields, but you must make some money while you're waiting. That's why the physical metal has never been in my client portfolio.
And, it's not just gold, right? Copper and silver. So what about in a more broader sense, Richard, what are we seeing in the markets right now, and what should investors be taking away?
Oh, I think, look, we're seeing a move on minerals and metals like we haven't in a long time, but it's not for the same reason that gold's moving. We're seeing a move in minerals and metals because of the advancement of AI. AI needs data centers. AI needs semiconductor foundries. AI needs electrical power like it never needed anything before. So that means expanding power grids. All that needs metal: copper, zinc, aluminum, cobalt, lithium. All of that stuff is in great demand because of the advancement of technology.
I know a lot of investors have been holding cash, right? Because they're worried. It's not, and by the way, it's not just gold, like stocks, right? Equities at all time highs. So what's your take on, how much of your investments should be in cash and other type of liquid investments, to sort of hedge what's going on with all of these all-time highs we see everywhere else?
So we're at 13% cash amongst our client portfolios, right? Because right now the problem with cash is it doesn't pay. So if you have it, it yields very little. So we have a basket of U.S., Canadian, very little international, because I just don't know the markets well enough. No physical metal. Clients all have real estate through owning their homes, or some of them have second properties. So yes, that's diversification. But in every case, with the exception of the main home, everything is paying out while you're waiting. And yes, there are still some great buys in the marketplace. Not everything has gone sky high. Not everything has gone parabolic. Avoid those things that are wickedly overbought. And there are many now.
Yeah, and there are some sectors I was seeing, like food stocks right now are getting hit hard, right? But everyone has to buy food.
Pharma, all the drug stocks, all down. Many of the industrials, materials, all of the stuff you need to build a home, down. Right? So these things, transport, oh my God, rail, trucking, down. So there's great buys there.
Yeah, especially because we got to keep shipping and trucking and moving things. That ain't going anywhere. Right?
Absolutely. All of that stuff has to be done. And this is what we forget. While we're going towards the semiconductor sector en masse, or the Mag 7 en masse, we forget that the basic materials that we need in our lives, food, and the moving and shipping of those things, has to be bought. So there's a lot of money to be made picking up those weak stocks. Certainly, in my opinion, and again, these are only mine, not the CIBC's, a lot safer to buy down there than to go buy an NVIDIA at 50 times earnings.
Hey, Richard, you opening up your drawers and selling the gold that's tucked away? You selling your gold?
I have, I don't have any of the physical metal, thank you. So no.
Richard, going to leave it there. Have fun in Zimbabwe. I can't wait to hear all about it, okay?
Thank you, sir. Speak soon.
Richard Lapointe, Senior Portfolio Manager over at CIBC Wood Gundy.
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This is Bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years. And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.